morning. My name is Sherry Schubert, and I'm an English teacher from Crystal Lake, Illinois. I'd like to welcome everyone to my class. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a good day. That's good. Okay, so today we're going to talk about pronunciation. And pronunciation is how we say different words and how we say what is written. And so a lot of times when we're just learning to speak English, we need practice and we need to sort of assess how we're doing as far as English and as far as pronunciation. And when we say something, we use our tongue, we use our throat, we use this front of your face. And so I brought my computer, and what I'm going to do is maybe one at a time. We'll set this up in the corner, and we're going to go to a special website where they'll give you a free test, and you can speak into the computer, and it will play a recording back to you of what you actually spoke, and then it will assess every word and tell you if it was correct or incorrect. And then you can just tap on the screen, and it will say to you how the word should be spoken. So the website is called lingualcoachappspot.com. So tonight when you go home and you might do some of your homework, you can take this little test or read something into that website, and it will tell you, yes, it's spoken correctly, or no, you need some work with that particular area of language. And so just today, we're going to talk about minimal pairs, and that's sort of like a fancy way of saying rhyming words, because sometimes we see words and they look almost the same, but they sound just a little bit, just a subtle difference when you state them. So I'll go over these with you, and these are the minimal pairs that are common for the vowels, and the vowels are, repeat after me, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. So they are seat, sit. So you can tell the difference. This is like a long E. This is a short vowel, I. Bat, pat. So there's a little subtle difference between the B and the P, but the vowel, the A in the middle, is primarily the same. Then pen, pan. Then leave, live. Or you could say live, which would be the long I. And then ship and sheep. So you might want to write those down and just practice them. And then over here we have the consonants. And consonants are all the letters in the alphabet that are not vowels. And so they are bus, bass, thin, thing, bag, pack, cat, cart, correct, collect, close, and close. So these almost sound very similar, the same, but they have two different meanings. Clothes, meaning garments that you would wear, and close would be like close the door. Okay? Does anyone have any questions about that? Okay. Another thing you can do if you want to improve your pronunciation is you can practice some tongue twisters. And so I have one with me. And listen closely. You can write this down and practice it at home. Betty bought a bit of butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter. Betty bought bitter butter, and it was better than the butter Betty bought before. So that's primarily practicing the letter B. And so I have some activities we're going to do, and we're going to break into groups, but at the end, by the end of this class, I would like you to show that you understand how to go to this website and take the test. And just learn how to sort of assess, what you're saying according to this test. There are also some free apps on your phone that you can use. So we're going to break into groups. Everybody should take a turn at the computer. We'll set it up in the corner, put a chair there so you may take the test to just sort of assess how you're doing right now with your speech. And there are other activities you can do, and you can do these in pairs or in small groups because it's good to have the feedback from other students. They might hear something that you don't hear. So I'd like you to possibly pick out a short article in the newspaper. I've got these two, we can split them up, and just read out loud what you see in print. You can also read like an article off of your cell phone or off of your laptop or tablet. And then I also brought some poetry books. You can find a short poem in here that you might like to read and read that in pairs. And then you can assess how you're doing and pay attention to the feedback from your colleagues and from your other students. And then one last thing you can do, just maybe while you're riding in the car, you can put on some music that you like and just sing along. I think we learned a lot just from the culture, what's going on around us, and I think music is a good way to sing along and try to perfect your speech. Do you have any questions? Okay, well, I'll just sort of mingle and you can ask me questions and I'll see how you're doing.